Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel Planet Build, and welcome back to Sunshine Scandinavia. In today's video, we're going to start on the new western area for Sunshine Scandinavia. First of all, I do need to say, please don't mind my voice, my cracky voice, because I was in the Efteling, a Dutch theme park, last Sunday, and I do believe that all the shouting and screaming in those attractions were just a little bit too rough for my voice. So I got my cup of tea next to me, so please don't mind my voice, and please don't mind if I do sometimes take a sip of my cup of tea. Like I said, today we're going to focus on our western area. That is the only space I got left in my Sunshine Scandinavia part, because this small gap over here will be for the aquatic coaster, which will run through the volcano. So the only area I got left over here is for the western area. And before we're going to look through those scenery pieces, I do need to say that I am missing out on two things. First of all, I am missing those blueprints for our western theme. I'm going to hit the pause button right now. There are a lot of blueprints in the game for the base game theme packs which are in the game. So you get the aquatic, the Viking, the mythic, the resort, and those came along with a lot of blueprints, and those blueprints helped me a lot with creating those builds I made, but also speeding up the process of completing my areas. But there are actually none Western themed blueprints in the game, so that's kind of disappointing for me, because that means that I have to work on all those Western facades on myself, or with a little bit of help of the other players on the workshop. But I do need to say, I do not download that much on the workshop, so I think this one will be a challenging one for me. And the second thing I am missing is a different colored rock which fits the Western theme the best. So for now you got the Mediterranean rock, you got the Tiaga rock, you got the temperate rock, and you got the tropical rock, and above that you got the aquatic rocks as well. And I was actually kind of hoping for a similar type of rock, just like the terrain style over here, so the red, gray, brown type of rock, but unfortunately that is not added, and hopefully that will be added in the future. So the only option I got right now to actually make some rocks and some boulders for this area is to use those aquatic rocks and recolor them, because those are the only ones you can recolor. But the only thing that I don't like about these rocks are these small shells over here. So I do have to cover those up just a little bit. So I recolored those, and I think I'm going to use those brown red type of color rocks on the left side over here, and I'm going to use some gold type of rocks over on the right side, and that will fit our mine train attraction. I will be coming to that one later. So the plan that I got for this park, I'm going to take a sip of tea right now, but otherwise my voice isn't going to make it to the end of the video. So the plans that we got for this area, the plans that I got for this area, is you got the main walkway through the Viking area. You're going underground, you can go upwards through the metro station or the monorail station for the Viking area, and then you got the entrance to the western area as well. So this will be a large walkway up into our western village. There will be a lot of food and drink stands in this western village as well. Then over on the left side, I want a little bit more of a dense area where I'm going to use some darker type of trees combined with these aspen trees. And I'm not quite sure what type of rocks, but I think I'm going for the temperate rocks in this one instead of the tropical ones. So this area will be a little bit more dense than the other side of our western area. So this will be with more foliage and stuff like that in this area. This small area over here, which will be for a small fair area, and that's why I'm going to put in the flying carousel as well for the Monte Leone. Then you got the village again. This side will be blocked off by some trees and some rocks. And then over on the right side will be a different themed western area. So you got the higher dense area over on the left side with a little bit more water and a little bit more green in the terrain style. And then over here will be a little bit more drier western area. Then we got the powered cars on the left side of this area, or on the bottom side if you look at it from this way, on the bottom side. And then I'm going to add a mine train roller coaster, which will run through the whole length of this area, the top side of this area, but also will run through the mountains as well. And therefore I'm going to use these, well, gold type of rocks just to give it the idea of a gold rush coaster. This is the type of foliage I'm going to use for this area, so a little bit less dense than the other one. I'm also going to add in some water, make it look a little bit more like a desert, together with the cactus that was added to the game with the theme park, or the Western theme pack, sorry. So that will be for this area. So you got a highly dense area over here with more use of foliage, and then there will be a small transition to the right side over here with less use of foliage, but a little bit more desert style. And then last but not least, I made a second walkway up to this area over here. And the backside still looks a little bit rubbish, so I'm going to finish that off when the western area is finished. But this is just a small walkway from our coral reef district into our western area. And you can hit the caves over here, or you can walk through the caves over here to eventually enter the western area on this side. And that will take you up to the desert area first before you enter the village over here. Now then, let's talk about the I'm still missing out on one attraction, which is the Grand Carousel, which will be in between some of those buildings. Now before we're going to talk about the pieces that are in the game, I'm taking a sip of tea right now. Because there are a lot of pieces in this Western pack. I'm actually kind of happy with it. I didn't place down all those pieces. I do need to say I left out the let's see, Western theme. I left out the walls, mostly the grid walls, because I do believe those are just plain basic walls. So we got a lot of things that we can use in this area. Like I said, I was kind of sad that there were no blueprints for the Western theme in the game yet, so I do need to work on all those facades on my own. So I need a lot of pieces for this area, but there are a lot of nice props in this one. The ones I do like the most are the locomotive ones with the wagons. I also like the fences. I like these rope spools, and I also like these wagons as well. And I think I'm going to use these wagons all the way over on the right side for our desert. Definitely going to use one or two of those locomotives for the teaming of our mine train attraction, and then you got a lot of pieces in the game which you can use for all your facades that you're going to make. I do like all the doors and the windows which came with this pack. I do believe that the doors and the windows which are in the game right now were not that great, so I'm kind of happy with this set of doors and windows. The only thing I'm not very happy with, and maybe I'm not going to use it, is the paddle steamer or the steamboat. Maybe if I'm going to use it, I'm going to add more detail to it myself, because I don't like the texture of it. You can recolor some pieces of it, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use it or if it will fit in this area. Not quite sure about that one, but it does come with the separate steamer paddle, so that you can add a rotating platform too for yourself, so that you can make it work and make it actually function as well. And then you got a lot of interactive scenery pieces as well. So you got a lot of blades in this one. You get the iron gears, you get the iron piston, and of course from Planet Coaster 1 you've got some real cowboys. So you got the cowboy tipping hat, you got the kicking heel cowboy, you get the one who's just being idle, sitting in a corner of a saloon, and you got a leaning cowboy. I'm going to use those, definitely going to use those for the village which I'm going to create. And I think that wraps it up for this small update. This was just a small one. This is actually not a part of our Sunshine Scandinavia series. I do believe it's way too short, and I'm actually not building that much for our western area. But I think I shared my plans for this area. I'm definitely going to work on it right now and make a speed build on that one as soon as possible. Not quite sure where I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start with the facades of our village over here. And I do need to say I'm going to only use a facade for this area, and I'm going to cover up the backside of those buildings with some trees. Otherwise I have to make all those buildings look great from a 360 point of view, and I think that will cost a lot of time. So I'm just going for the facades for the front sides. I'm going to cover up the back side with some foliage and other types of scenery. So those are the plans for the western area. Actually kind of exciting to start working on our mine train coaster, which will have a lot of gold elements in it. And I do need to say one last thing before we're going to shut the video or close the video. This idea of creating these gold rocks came from another game I played, which is Fortnite. You got the season right now where a lot of gold is involved, and you got some nice gold elements in the new map. So I think I'm going to use a lot of gold elements in this mine train coaster as well. So that's where the idea came from. So yeah, I think that wraps it up for now. Stay tuned for the speed build of this area, where we're actually going to work on creating the western area. And yeah, thank you for watching this small update on our western pack, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye bye.